People normally ask me, what's my first impression of Stockholm? To me, the answer is simple. It is subway system in Stockholm. It makes my exploration around the city so smooth and convenient. If I need to ride more than 5 stops, I simply put my headphones on and, just like that, I can pass the time enjoying the journey effortlessly. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Yet. So go back to what I was talking about earlier, Stockholm subway. When we talk about Stockholm subway, it is difficult to skip the part of its art gallery, which is known as the world's largest art gallery. They are decorated with sculptures, rock formations, mosaics, paintings, light installations, engravings, and reliefs by over 150 artists. So today we're gonna visit the 5 most stunning subway stations in Stockholm and learn their art history and hopefully get some great pictures in the most photogenic stations. Let's go! I'm currently at Rådhuset station on the Blue Line. Opened in 1975, it features this organic architecture, which is a design style that creates the harmony between human spaces and the natural world. The reddish orange tone here gives me some unsettling impression of being deep inside the art. It's so surreal, almost eerie, and like you're in some sci-fi movie. And I'm a little bit scared actually. Thanks God there are people here walking around, taking subway, so it is alive. These gigantic columns behind me look like they are being swallowed by the art. So basically this escalator is being swallowed too. If you're taking a ride, you'll feel like you're being swallowed too. So symbolic. Hey! Hey! I just bumped into some kids. So cute. Kungsträdgården station has been known as one of the most stunning stations in Stockholm and the most photographed. And the art in this station is telling the story of Kungsträdgården, the King's Garden in English. The King's Garden between 1643 and 1825 was the site of Macala's palace and a beautiful French garden. The color scheme of this art, red, white and green, are representing the former French garden, and you will also find some statues around here in the station which are known to be the replicas of Macala's palace's exterior art. Another interesting fact about this station is that there is this small spider species which live in caves, can only be found in this station in Stockholm in the whole Northern Europe. Well, for now I have not seen one. Maybe some other time I will catch some of them. I realized that the wonder of the subway art gallery did not end here. It is just getting started. These upcoming two stations surprised me with their stories behind the amazing artwork. We are now today at Hötorget station. So when this station was opened, it was actually, there was no art installation here, and basically it was covered with these bathroom tiles, and that was pretty much it. Just like the other early metro stations in Stockholm, Hötorget did not have any public art at the time of its opening. Most of the content in the station was billboard ads, just like behind me on the walls. It was quite interesting to learn that this debate of having public art in the subways took a decade-long discussion. It is political actually. The idea is to be democratic and inclusive. So which means not only those who can afford to buy art, but everyone has the access to enjoying the public art with the public art installations in the subways. In 1998, these ceilings were decorated with bright neon lights by the artist called Gordello. You can feel the atmosphere from the 50s here in the station with preserved tile work, benches, platform signs, even the waste baskets. The story behind the art creation of this Solna Centrum subway station was something political. These walls before was supposed to be only red and green, so the rest of the illustrations and paintings here were unplanned, they were improvised. In 70s era in Sweden, the environment, deforestation, and depopulation in the rural areas were most debated social topics. So other than the green representing the forest, red representing the sun setting, the rest of the illustration like the scenes of the forest represent the social topics what they discussed in the 70s era. Now is the time to reveal my favorite station, the Inspiration. This upcoming station is gonna amaze you. It will tell you the history of science, technology, philosophy, and most importantly, the discoveries which have moved the world this far. Finally, we're here at Tekniska Högskolan. Students and professors from the KTH Raya Institute of Technology commute using this subway mostly. Apparently, this station makes their lives easier, helping them to get to the classrooms efficiently. It opened in 1973. It is an award-winning station because of its high-quality architecture. The art design in this station features a common theme of technology. You'll find the arts representing the four elements and the laws of nature. You'll also find the sculptures like Newton's apple and 5 Platonic solids which are hanging from the central ceiling of the station. Wait a minute, I don't quite remember this story of Newton's apple. let me recall. So one day Newton was sitting under an apple tree in a contemplative mode, and an apple hit him in the head, and there was this aha moment of realizing the gravity, that is the same force which makes the apple falls and keeps the moon falling towards the earth and the earth falling towards the sun. But this apple in this station is not falling, it's just hanging in there. Well, that is not because of the gravity, but because that is how it would look like in an art exhibition. That is the architectural beauty of science. That's it for today, everybody. I hope you find this video interesting. If you liked my video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. I hope to see you guys again soon.